And welcome back, everyone. So, last time we ended, you had made your way to Shantae's citadel in the Harvestshield Mountain. And it's on the Harvestshield Mountain. The Harvestshield Vale is what you were traveling through. But yes, you've made your way there, dealing with owl bears, ghouls, rampant flesh golems. Rampant indeed. Chimera, very much so. But now you have arrived at Shantae's citadel. You've met the mysterious Merliet. You've started to get a slightly better idea of who he is and what his ambitions are, assuming that you know everything. And while you were chatting to him in the remains of the Shantaean citadel's, I think cattle market is probably the best way to put it, this gigantic stone building that was designed for the mass storing and selling of grain and other things.
I don't think we assumed. I think you rolled a lot of insight checks.
You did roll a lot of insight checks. Anyway, and you also discovered that.
Just saying that I don't think the word "assume" is fair.
That's fair. You read him as correctly as you possibly could, and in doing so, you also discovered that the dragon's hoard appears to be in this cattle market, and they've still got quite a bit of it, and that might be pissing off the dragon to a certain extent. And then you heard bells, the bells, and a roar in the distance. And we'll pick up from exactly that moment. So, you've just heard bells in the distance. You've heard a roar, and Merliet has said, pretty unequivocally, I think we're about to have company. What would you all like to do? You are in the center of this very large circular space. It is built a bit like a stadium, if that helps with visualization, and there is sort of hoard all over the floor. Someone's dropped hoard. So there's hoard everywhere.
Yeah.
So, that's happening. You do hear shouts from outside and this roar getting ever closer. You can ask Merliet questions about ways to defend the citadel or things that you would like to do. Yes, Ed, kick us off.
Well, what Halbernet would have done previously is run around going, "What's the plan? What's the plan?" However, they have come forward since then, and now only know that provided that somebody does something, then... Well, okay. So I'm thinking that Halbernet is probably going to... We don't know what else is... What they would try and look for is a defensible turret, as it were.
In the middle of a stadium?
Well, understood. That's why... Oh, I see. Yes, that does make sense.
I think, are we assuming like castle ramparts?
Right.
Is that what you're...
Oh, I see. The stadium itself goes out, and then there's this dome over the top of it that's mostly been shattered in, but it does have a sort of cupola that's crushed at the edges. So there's not really like a climb up, stand at the top sort of place here. This doesn't have that kind of thing. You did pass a lot of guard towers on your way in that had various goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears, etc. in them. Please also note that this is a citadel. It is designed to be protected, so they probably have some measures of defense.
That makes sense. So what Halbernet would want to do then is go to try and find, as it were, the ramparts and be behind there, as that would be where they would be most effective in healing people, because that is what they do.
Cool. If you're staying inside this building, there are no ramparts specifically, but once we get into that kind of situation, I will happily point out where those would be. That's fine.
Yeah.
Can I ask Molly 2 questions?
Yup.
Where's the dragon come from?
Usually...
Where does it approach from?
Sorry?
Where does it approach from?
Usually coming up through the Vale, but it comes and goes. It only attacks very rarely, once a month maybe. Doesn't normally get very far. We normally manage to scare it off.
Yes, but which direction?
Well, normally coming, that points outwards and says from that direction, if that helps you.
And are there any people who need defending, or...?
Yes. Every time he attacks, he tries to get more of his horde, we get rid of him, and we lose people. Every time.
Okay, wow.
So, but specifically, it's horde that he takes when he comes?
Yes, we stole it from him, according to him, even though he very much left it behind.
Okay. Corey would like to look around for a wheelbarrow, a trolley, some kind of a transportation thing.
There are some goblins nearby on a Zamboni. No, there aren't. There are some goblins nearby who have been carting around and sort of totting up gold in different piles, and there is a wheelbarrow with them.
Okay.
Is it full?
At the moment, I'd say it's about half full.
Okay.
Anna, please go and tip that over. That would make me so happy.
That actually wasn't what I was thinking. Corey was thinking way more sensibly than that, which is
What?
that
No!
if I fill up a wheelbarrow of hoard, it might just take the wheelbarrow and go away.
Delicately put. And I think this is a good plan.
If you start running over and doing that, be my guest. Royet will look at you go and just sort of... It wants all of it back. It's a good gesture, I suppose, but...
We
But
can't
if-
carry it all at once, though, right?
No. No, it
How
can't.
do
He
you
knows.
how do you usually get rid of it?
We have some ballista set up that do hurt it, so if we do enough damage to it, it just goes away.
Where is this said ballista?
Royet's going to catch your eye, and there's a certain amount of there's a you and me, we're on the same wavelength. And he's going to get
So
up.
dangerous.
He's going to look at you and go, "All right, come with me," and is going to get up and basically walk off and ask Neilman to follow. You can all follow. You can stay to fill wheelbarrows, whatever you want.
Thomas is gonna. As they're leaving. Sorry. Royet, sorry if this sounds. I'm trying to think of a Thomas level word that means impertinent.
Rude.
Yeah. I'm sorry if this is rude. I can be really useful to you. However, in my current state, this is the weapon I have. It does me very well. I have a reason to believe it might not work so well with fire dragons.
It's a fire sword.
I can see that.
If you, I'm led to believe that you've been gathering magical weapons. If there's any that I might be able to borrow, I can be a lot more useful to you than I am right now.
He looks around 1 second, and he will clutch a medallion in the center of his chest. At the far side of the of this wide open space, two figures step out of a door and start walking towards you. Quite a steady pace, but they're not running. They appear to be very heavily armored, like huge amounts of armor covering all of them. And if you look closely, the slits of their helmet and the small parts where you can see their body, there's red crackling energy.
You've got to fight them to get a sword.
Not the time. Later.
Well up for that at any other time, but not right now.
These are my champions. There are quite a few of them dotted around the place that can be of assistance. They can take you wherever you need to go.
Sweet.
Is
okay.
that to get a sword?
Yes, there's an armory.
All right, well, I'm going with Thomas. Where will the rest of you be? Because I'd like to be near you when the dragon hits.
His crows in the background just...
All right, Cara,
Brilliant.
I'm assuming you're going to be over there. We'll come back. Okay.
I will be near the rampart. I wish to heal and also to protect.
Okay.
You should probably come with us to the ballista then.
Very well.
If you want to leave.
Come with us if you want to shoot a dragon. Okay, go.
Chris, are we all going to be... How far away is the dragon?
You have no idea. You can't see it.
Roughly 10 minutes?
You have no idea. You can't see it.
Will everyone be within 30 feet of me whilst we're moving around?
Again, for the rest of the episode, it seems unlikely considering you just massively split the party.
Again.
For the next, say, 10 minutes while we're all like moving around to different places?
They're not going to still be within 30 feet. If you want to do something, do it now.
I would need them all to stay here for 10 minutes.
What? You want us to all stay here for 10 minutes?
No, not necessarily, but if you... Would they be within 30 feet of me for the next 10 minutes? While
No! Thomas is going to the armory. You're going with him. You have no idea where the armory
Okay,
is.
I'm going to start casting it anyway on me and Thomas. Screw the rest
Yes,
of you.
that's fine. Yes. That's absolutely fine. That's a much better way of doing it.
this! I'm doing it!
Yeah.
It's a ritual. It takes 10 minutes. Whether we've got 10 minutes or not, I'll start it. And if I don't manage to cast it, I won't.
Has everyone still got the hit points from me being an inspiring leader.
You should all have those. You should all have inspiring leader hit points. Again, every time after you walk somewhere or do something, Hal can do it because it's a literally 10-minute while you go somewhere. Doesn't even require concentration action.
They are the most boring person in the world for that very reason.
what am I doing?
Am I correct in thinking that what you wanted to do was cast Rary's telepathic bond on everyone so they could all communicate with each other, but it would take you 10 minutes? I can't think of a good way to... I wanted to happen because it's nice, means you can all communicate with each other.
I mean, I could start it while we're all there.
Yeah, that's the
Could
thing.
you not just... Is it like a...
No, you can
a spell?
You can one and done cast it, but that is then M's 5th level spell slot gone.
I don't have it I don't have it prepared.
Oh, even
to have
worse.
it as a ritual. I cannot just cast it.
Now you'll level up because you leveled up between the last.
I need my 5th level spell slot for something else.
Exactly. You leveled up.
A massive fireball.
It's a fire dragon. Don't do that.
Fire dragon.
I don't care.
What's going to happen?
You all
kill it
leveled
with
up
stone.
before this episode. Sorry, audience, probably should mention that at the top, but everyone's leveled up. So we haven't specified like when that level up happened. It could be that you leveled up after the Chimera, you were ritual casting telepathic bonders, you walked into here, and now it is activated. I would allow that because I think it's a cool use.
How long does it take? I mean, sorry, how long does it last for?
8
8
hours.
hours.
Oh, nice. Okay, because, yes, that's a thing I want to
It does mean that if we're scattered around, we can still
Yes.
communicate.
Brilliant.
I think it's considering the way this is going, I'd like to retcon that is a thing that happened because I think it's better for everyone if it does. Are we all good with that?
If you're happy with that, then I am totally down with that.
Telepathically, I would like to say to Thomas...
Wait, no, hang on. I haven't told you all that's happened yet. So
I was going to
you
say,
know.
that's what, how does it manifest
It had
itself?
happened. I thought it
No, if it's 10 minutes and it's just completed. Hand wave, hand wave, hand wave.
So, just so you're all aware, I probably should have told you before I did it actually. Just so you're all aware, I have now formed a link between us all telepathically, so we can now speak to each other telepathically, all of us together in our brains. Hello.
You didn't include Ganesh, did you?
Yo.
No,
In your brain now.
I'll be honest, Minlin, I thought you might murder me.
Or him.
Do we have to actively think what we're going to say, or can you just hear what we're thinking?
Thomas, you're talking out loud.
I can't just hear your thoughts. That's a different spell, which I don't have. You have to actually want to think to us.
You have to want to think.
Can Corey want to think cheese is really tasty just to see if it works?
What?
All right.
Is someone talking
Everyone.
about cheese?
Is that DM or group broadcast?
That's group broadcast.
I mean, you're right. It is.
It is. Thoroughly agreed.
Cheese is very delicious. Yes.
Just
How do you
kind
do
of
that?
Peckish now.
Just to remind you all that we've got a dragon approaching pretty fast.
We're all just
Maria, this
stood
is
looking at each other.
I'm coming to the ballistas. Coming to the ballistas. This is
We
fine.
can be having this conversation as we're walking away from each
Yeah.
other.
Thomas, can you get me something shiny or sharp or something good to stab you with?
Do what I can find.
Cheers.
All right. You all scatter. Let's go with the ballista people first. Hal, now, as you run out of this space, you run out of the front, and as I said, there was a slight incline where there was this back and forth track for carts, but stairs for humans. Well, humanoids. And you can see down over the rest of the citadel from this height. You can see the dragon. It is winging its way up, flying ever closer. There, around the citadel, people are shouting, bells are being tolled, people are going for cover. This has clearly happened before. And at this height, looking over the space, you can see some definite, it was already pretty badly damaged and needed to be fixed up. But there are some definite, rents where a fire breath has just, clearly burned a section of it out at certain points. This clearly happens quite a lot. People are still terrified and running around terrified because you get the sense a lot of people die every time this happens as well.
I don't think Halbernet would consider this, but so is this so? Once everybody reaches the obvious place where the ballista are and stuff like that, Halbernet would like to probably actually start ritual casting then. Actually, Guardians of Faith, so that there will be above the ballistas and so on, a figure of defense, if you see what I mean, which, if I remember,
does damage if things get close, right?
It's within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time. So, but it's there is an unoccupied space. I can put it where there is an unoccupied space. So I'm thinking above, so that the dragon may fly through it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
As you're running down with Moriet will go, right, so there's a ballista in each tower, and as you look down, you can see there's like a good, 10 to 15 towers scattered around the lower levels and spread. It's a big citadel. It's a small city. Like, it is big.
Yeah.
Well, let's head to the nearest one. Any of you got any experience with firing these things?
I feel like Nermlin has. Can I? Is that like a me choice, or is that like a roll of the dice choice?
I always like it to be a roll the dice choice now.
No worries.
Roll me a D100.
Okey-dokey. What are the chances, just so I can will them into existence?
1 in 10.
Oh, Lord.
So rolling a 90, basically.
90 or higher.
Can Albanet do this as well?
I'm not being cruel. You live in a town. Why would you ever use a ballista? You can understand the principles.
Giant crossbow.
You understand the principles of crossbows. You know how to use crossbows. Just a big crossbow. Do you say yes anyway?
No.
Okay.
She's a smooth criminal, not a liar.
Honor amongst thieves.
Well, if you can assist us with it,
That
if you can assist us with it, that would be excellent. Your looks at Hal healer.
Yes.
Great. Is going to run with you towards a tower. And the tower's there's hobgoblins stationed at the tower, about 5 to 10 at each tower as far as you can see. They are around the outside of it. 2 are staying stationed by the door, obviously to keep it safe. And if you head up inside, there are stairs that go up. It's about 3 stories high or so. And then at the top, ramparts, crenellations, single tower, about a 20-foot square, not big at all.
Yeah.
And in the center is a mean-looking ballista. It's clearly of hobgoblin make, like it has some sharp serrated bits where there was no need for sharp serrated bits. Yes, Anna?
No, I'm just. I'm
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you wanted something. Yep, but they also, there's loads of stacked up bolts nearby. It looks like they're used to using this. You note that where there would be pitch and things like that, there isn't any, because it would be pointless. But most, if you were imagining this as the really accurate, there'd be pitch and things like that to pour up the sides, but there's no need. Then there are about 2 bugbears, a team of about 3 goblins, and 1 hobgoblin setting up the ballista as the 3 of you arrive.
So what Halbernet is going to want to do is go come in and go, gentlemen, I wish to bless this fortification.
People around you look a little concerned, considering they're not all gentlemen.
That was a terrible assumption on my part. Brave warriors all. Let's go with that.
Give them the bag.
Brave warriors all. I wish to bless this space that we may be better protected. Please do not consider this me attempting to inflict my views upon you. I just wish to protect us all, and then we'll start doing the Guardians of Faith over this particular tower.
You can cast 1 on its concentration. Yes.
Yes. Is it concentration?
If it's not concentration, you can cast as many as you want, and there's this whole flotilla of Corellan angels floating above this tower.
Yeah, no. There's no concentration to it.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
It's a level 4.
Dragon's going to get beat to death.
I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do 1 over this one, just because that's what I want to do.
What does your Guardian of Faith look like?
I am imagining a very large angel. With the sort of flowing locks and the
Elven, presumably.
Yes, with a lance and a it says a shining sword. I'm imagining a lance.
You can do whatever you like. It's flavour.
Right,
Does it have a normal head, or does it have Pac-Man for its head?
Thank you.
With
That's a really good point. Oh no, it's going to be it's because it's not
the Elven ghost.
Yes, it's the ghost. It's the elven ghost.
So it's a gigantic, resplendent angel with a Pac-Man ghost on it.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Thank you, Em. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
This figure stands over the tower, just appears in midair. How high above the tower are you placing it?
About 50 feet.
Oh. just appears.
That's what's happening.
Is that the verbal component of the ritual?
Trying to create
I'm not
atmosphere
coming here
and
to inflict my
fucking
views
players.
on you.
Yes, this is exactly what's happening.
Good. Anyway, this resplendent figure appears above the tower. There is much rejoicing. What you do note is that around the town, there are a couple of shouts and there's pointing. It's not like a, what's that? It's more of a, we're being protected. Like people genuinely are like, this is a good thing. This is great.
Because it's not actually
Because they can't see its face. Too far away.
But that's as much of the effect that I'm looking for, is that I want to, because the whole thing we were talking about is trying to show them that they're not alone, and so this is as it were a foreign thing which is protecting them. I want that to be a big thing of what we're doing.
I very rarely give inspiration. But what I'm going to say is that all of the defenders of the town, having this symbol above them, effectively have inspiration because of this.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Because it's a really cool move and I really appreciate it.
I thought you were going to be like, I never give inspiration, and I'm not about to start to. Well done.
You will note I give inspiration to everyone else and not to Ed. So,
Well, that is fair.
as you're doing this, Norman, are you doing anything in particular to add to this situation?
As soon as Naomi walked in, Hal started talking, and Naomi was just like slowly walking over to the ballista, and it's just like just slowly touching the wood. It's really enjoying this moment, and then just sort of when Hal is like finished wiring, just sort of looks at the nearest hobgoblin or whoever looks like they're about to shoot it, and just says, Can I shoot this?
Do you have any experience?
No. She just looks at it like lovingly.
Can you roll me it's a persuasion check?
All right. No.
I'm thinking, but
it's like a giant crossbow, right?
Thing is, it's a persuasion check that your lust for using this thing, Hobgoblin goes, yeah, like roll your head in, like, okay, you do it.
Okay. What's Naumlin's persuasion? Skill.
should be pretty good.
Her deception's better.
Oh.
Checks out.
Oh.
Let's roll today.
12. Scoring 12.
The Hobgoblin looks a little bit sort of like, and Royette goes, they're adventurers, they can probably assist. And you're allowed to assist.
I want to shoot.
You're allowed to assist with shooting the ballista, which is not a one-person job anyway, so,
Yeah.
You're involved.
I just want to pull the trigger.
Okay.
Just want to aim it and pull the trigger.
Okay.
I want to kill a dragon with it.
Help.
This is a tiny thing, and also maybe needs a longer discussion, possibly on Talk Together. But in this world, are adventurers seen as people coming in who don't know what they're doing, who tend to like take on too much, or are they seen as like, oh, this is a positive thing? Some adventurers have arrived. Things might get better.
Adventurers are widely renowned to be more experienced than most randomers who live in a town because they travel between them, but also tend to be quite foolhardy because they go out into the wild for a living.
Yes, fine. That's exactly what I need to know. Perfect.
Cool. Right. So as the two of you are setting up to fight, the dragon is slowly flying close. Like, it's not doing like a beeline. It is doing sort of flying through the air and then swooping a little lower and getting a sense of what's going on. It appears to be trying to get a sense. Yeah.
Okay.
It's looking through the moonlit sky. That's right now.
I hope that like when it like finally lands in front of the horde, it looks straight at Corin and is like, stop touching my gold.
So you want a Brian Blessed dragon that's also I can't do that.
It's also Alan Jones.
Yeah, Alan Jones, Brian Blessed.
Alan Jones, Brian Blessed. Okay.
You're more like Mickey Mouse, like,
You're touching my
There's your challenge, Chris.
Good, right. So as you're setting up, Corey, I presume you're just filling this wheelbarrow, yes?
Well, yes. So here's the thing. If there are other kind of moving, handheld vehicles around, I would ideally like to set up 4
There's three gobbos around who are just there watching what you're doing, looking kind of confused.
Okay, so I'd like to fill one, wheel it out to like the courtyard,
Sure.
and then go back and fill and just keep going. The thing's
What are you
only
doing?
It's only got 4 legs, so it can only carry 4 wheelbarrows.
You smart.
What?
Brilliant. I love this.
What are you
This
doing?
kind of
Sorry.
logic is
Hi. What are you doing?
Do you want this dragon to attack us and kill us or not?
No.
Then let me do this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want any help?
Yeah, go on. You can fill up that one.
Okay. Just runs off and starts filling up another wheelbarrow, and the
Okay.
others look a bit confused and start joining in.
And then as I get out to the courtyard with the first one, how many people are kind of around, or have they all scattered already?
They look like they're scattering into buildings and like getting roofs over their heads.
Okay, so is there anybody that's still kind of hell-bent on being outside when the dragon gets here?
There's a couple of bugbears in particular and hobgoblins who were setting up like with arrows and javelins. They appear to be setting up a small phalanx on the outside of this building in particular. Yes.
Could you please define that word for me? Because I've never heard it.
So phalanx is a military unit. There's a military unit of people. They're set up in formation. They're setting up in formation to defend this building in particular.
So these look like people that have been trained to do this rather than like civilians.
Correct.
Fine, I'll leave them to it then. And then just keep bringing out wheelbarrows.
As you bring out the second
enjoying
wheelbarrow, someone from the phalanx, you'll hear and a hobgoblin's just looking at you, and the whole group of people are just watching you do this. Would you mind telling me what you're doing?
Well, the quicker that the dragon can pick up 4 handfuls of stuff, the quicker it can leave us and the less people it'll kill, right?
Why did we never think of that? Anyone, why didn't we think of that? Right, sorry, sir. In the back, there's a bugbear. Hey, we didn't want to give the gold away. That's a good point. We didn't want to give the gold away.
Right, would you rather give the gold away or your lives away?
Now that you say it, the gold. Okay. All right,
I've
everyone.
been spending it.
Help. What's your name?
Corey.
Everyone, help Corey. Whatever Corey's doing, this seems a good plan. Hang on, you were with Mroyet earlier. Was Mroyet okay with this plan?
Yeah,
Roll a deception check.
thank you.
In
I was
fairness,
really worried you're going to just be like, they can tell.
never said no.
Exactly.
Lying by omission is still lying.
That's a 10.
Oh, okay. Come on, Hobgoblin Captain. What's your wisdom? It's terrible. Okay. Okay then, everyone, come on, quickly. Winning. Come on, quickly. Help Corey. This is a good plan. Maybe piles outside.
Yeah, 4. 1 for each hand.
Oh, that's why the wheelbarrows. So
Yeah.
smart. Okay, everyone make these wheelbarrows look enticing. Everyone. Do it.
Wheelbarrows, just like
Make it enticing.
Yes.
Make some enticing wheelbarrows. You can do it, lads. Come on.
Somebody just throw like a lacy bra on top of one of them and like.
Barbecued.
Dragging the downfall.
Barbecued pig.
What they're going to do is like there's golden. They're going to like make sure the gemstones on them. They'll be like they're going. Does it glint in the light? Like, just going to make sure that they look like these are the best ways to get
Dressing.
this. I'm going to have these hobgoblins roll a charisma check. I think it's the only fair way to do this.
You call that a glint? That's barely a reflection. Start again.
They roll a non-natural 20. Yeah, they're making very, very pleasant-looking carts. Wheelbarrows.
This is
Like, they could get a job as shop window dressers.
exactly.
It's like
Corey,
the
I think
Bob
you
Ross
found
of
your calling.
goblins.
I'm so proud.
Shivareth, Thomas, you were heading for the armory with two of the helmed horrors. They walk quickly, but they're still walking, and they walk you into the sort of bowels of this building, and you're walking by sort of old abandoned stables.
We'll say telepathically to you. It's a bit unnerving that they don't, have like bones or heads.
bones.
Well, it's just that energy, isn't it, crackling through the suits?
One of the heads turns to look at the two of you. You're not talking out loud, are you? You're just communicating telepathically.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
It just turns and looks at the two of you. And keeps going.
That's what you
Very
get.
creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
definitely not going to turn around and
none
try
of
and
you
kill us at
took
any point, right?
I feel like if we're judging people on the company they keep, maybe we should put Morley back down a notch.
But if he's the leader, then the theory is he's in control, right?
Of the suits of armor that might turn around and go berserk.
Okay, yes, but there was that wizard that I said was very dodge, and then you said that actually not all wizards are bad, and it did seem like he was trying to do good things, but
Yeah,
then
but
the
they were-
flesh golems were trying to
They
kill
were
and tear people apart.
Sawing the people's arms off.
No, exactly. But the point was that the wizard was not trying to do that, but was theoretically in control, and maybe the only reason that they went rogue is because the wizard went away.
This is all in your heads.
Or because the wizard was so blinded by the thought that he was trying to do the right thing that what he was actually doing was the wrong thing. He just thought it was the right thing because he didn't have anyone to tell him that what he was doing that he thought was the right thing was actually the wrong thing.
Well, yeah, this is my point, but
Niall.
the wizard was trying
Wow.
to
Previous campaign burn.
I stand by my decisions. I
all
believe that
times.
if we were allowed to continue on the path, it would have been fine, but we'll never know.
I was the DM, it wouldn't have been fine. Good, right.
Sorry.
Who is this voice in our head?
Everything is talking to us.
That's Anton,
So-
his
so
cross
my-
campaigns.
my point is that the wizard had the best intentions, even if things went bad, right? So maybe Mroliet's intentions with these creatures is good.
Intentions don't matter.
Exactly. Sorry.
Intentions don't matter. What matters is what happened. What I'm saying is, if I do something and I'm like, this is a great idea, it's all going to be fine, and what you look at and see is like that I'm going to, kill someone so I can talk to them later, maybe you should be like, no, Shavar, that's not a good idea.
So I should stop you from doing that in the future.
Yeah, if you're like, you seem to have gone a bit like weird wizardy, maybe you should just take a step back and go on holiday for a bit.
I can do that.
The helmed horror ahead of you will open a door. It looks like a sort of pen door, like it would have been a stable, and just point inside and go.
Are you looking for anything in particular? I can probably find you something.
Oh, well, sword, something,
Sword.
swordy.
Can I?
I'd like a sword, please.
Can I roll?
Unless there's this kind of bluey, glowy silver hand axe about, that'd be nice.
Can I
That's made by Lariel Silverhand.
Can I
Why would it be here?
roll an investigation check?
You lost it?
You want to roll an investigation check?
Something for Naomalin as well. Some kind of dagger, pointy,
Sure.
something.
Yeah. Or Arcana, whatever you'd prefer.
Could also detect magic, but you haven't got much time.
I mean, I could have been casting Detect Magic all the way here.
I wouldn't take
2
10 minutes.
retcons in one day.
I wasn't. Hang on. I was not trying to retcon Rory's telepathic bond. You retcon Rory's telepathic bond.
That is true, and I'd like you to find the item. So, yes, you could have been ritual casting detect
So
magic.
there is an
Friday.
item.
Of course there is!
In that case, I'll just look at the vault because I don't need to investigate. I can just see what pings.
There's a lot of, this is clearly weaponry, and a lot of it is mundane. There's a lot of very ornate weaponry, stuff that's clearly been, kept by the dragon because it looks pretty. And
Rubbish.
certainly, like a great sword with a gem in the hilt looks amazing, but nothing. In the back are a relatively rudimentary looking short sword and shield. Clearly a combo, clearly designed to be a pair. The shield has a kind of sort of ridged motif to it. It looks almost like a shell. And the sword has a sort of delicate blue glow to it as well. In your detect magic. But outside of detect magic, they look completely mundane.
Does it look cursed?
No, it is not cursed. Abjuration magic reflects very strongly from the shield.
This one looks good.
Yeah, it seems solid. Thomas kind of picks it up, checks the shield out. That's really well.
Nat, this is the warrior's duo.
Yeah.
The sword is a standard +1 short sword because you You have to use short swords, right? So it's a short sword because of D&D rules and hands. So yes, it is a standard +1 short sword. So it doesn't do as much damage as the Sword of Embers, just to be clear. Okay. You cannot wield the shield and the Sword of Embers. They have to come as a duo. You have to wield them both together, otherwise neither of them functions properly. So there is a choice to be made, but it's up to you how you want to decide on that. The shield, however, you can cast shield as a reaction using the shield, which means you can increase your effective AC +5 on a reaction.
Outrageous.
It's very nice, very nice.
Dang.
You can only do it once per long rest. It is very much a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It also has an aura. Any of your allies within 30 feet of you also get the effect of a shield, so have +2 to their AC.
Wait, all the time?
All the time.
You're the best, Tom, at the moment.
You're welcome.
Tom's party tank?
That's quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Notorious TOM.
Yes, let's go with that.
Is there...
So in terms of the... Sorry.
No,
in
no,
terms
you
of the short sword, I'm just rolling 1d6 +4.
What is your strength modifier?
Is +4.
So it's +5 because it's +1. +1 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay.
I'll add it to your beyond. I'm sorry, I isn't there yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yes.
1d6 +5, fine.
So it does less damage, but in return for that, you can protect yourself from a massive hit, and the whole party is more protected. Because it's a shield, and you currently have a shield equipped, so it's +2. Your AC...
Well, it's the shield spell, so it'll be all hits for 1 round until the end of your until the start of your next turn.
All hits for 1 round. For 1 round, you have an effective... What's your current AC?
Currently is 21.
You will have an effective AC of 26 for a round.
Whoa! Nothing will hit you.
That is not true, but...
Several things will not hit you.
That is true.
As a passive AC boost, is it still just a 2?
Yes, for you it's just the 2, but the aura
And
means
then
that
everyone else gets it as well.
everyone else has a passive +2 to their AC as long as they're within 30 feet of you.
30 feet.
Really?
Gotcha.
A regular goblin would never be able to land a hit unless it got a natural 20 and we're playing that role.
Amazing to watch.
Cool.
Is there anything else magical in here?
No.
Just the love between you two.
Just to not
And
look
the
so
stabby?
suspicious, I'd be like, oh, it looks like that's the best one. For you and probably for everyone, that's it, really.
It's probably like a spear. It looks cool.
I mean, I could. Nolan.
Oh yeah. No, so actually, I think Naomi would probably respond to like, yeah. But she's like just looking at this giant monster.
There's a
Bit busy here, Shavara.
there's no more magic items in this vault, but
That's cool. That's fine.
there is a really nice sphere. It looks
Nah.
pretty.
I
There's
can't do
some
anything
gems
with
in
this.
it.
Oh, take the gems out.
Okay, the only way I know how to take the gems out would be to literally explode the sphere.
I'm cool
God.
with that.
Alright.
Unhelpful. I
Alright.
don't think there's any need to explode the spear. That would be funny, though.
Okay.
Are you okay? What are you doing right now?
Nolan.
Oh, sorry. I assumed you were going to. Sorry, I assumed you were going to.
You okay, hun?
No.
Thomas is literally stood right next to me, like Thomas can see me.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are up to.
It's like the world's weirdest WhatsApp group.
I'm fondling a ballista. I think that's the.
Definitely not said it yet.
Are you okay out there, Nolan?
Oh yeah, no, I'm very good.
Just looks at Shavara like,
I think she's,
Can all of us hear this, or just Shavara, Thomas, and Noman?
I will say that you will know that there's an active line of communication open and can sort of tap in to go, what's going on now? And can tap out if you don't want to. Unless
What's
you
up?
want...
Is Noman in trouble?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. And then goes back to what she was doing.
Hal, you're right there.
Either she's like smoking something, or she's like just having some alone
She find-
time. You know?
she finds like another really hot bugbear.
She really did not like that bugbear.
No, that's true. That's true.
Is this all in your head? Because I did not.
Can we specify from now on whether you're speaking out loud or in your heads before the conversation starts? Thank you very much.
That was out loud.
That was
Thank
out loud.
you.
Incredible scene.
In the fight, can you just not get too far away from me? Like, I have a way to stop dragon breath. I think probably, almost definitely,
Amazing.
if you're not too far away.
I was hoping that I would still be pretty close by, just in case.
Great.
You know, just in case the dragon were to try and attack you, then I would be there.
Yeah, it's literally my worst nightmare to watch you be like roasted in fire.
Right, yeah. That would not be great for me either, but yes.
This is very cute.
Stumbling continues.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna,
so are we taking the spear for now then or not?
yeah, I'm going to take it, and then I'm just going to use the nubby end of it to like prod one of the suits of armor just to see what's inside it.
One of the helmed horrors.
Yeah.
Oh God. I love it.
It looks down at you.
What's inside you?
Ow.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Sure.
Did I learn anything from it? Do I get advantage because I prodded?
No.
It's a real shame none of you took static as one of your languages.
I rolled a 2,
Dial up.
so that makes it an 11.
Dubstep.
Sorry, it's one of the voices I can do.
That's so impressive. It sounds like you're using a vocoder or
No,
Yeah,
that is my face.
That was
Face vibrating.
extremely enlightening, and I'm sure obviously you don't like being poked, so I'll just keep this for now down here. I can't poke you with it, and we'll be going.
Thank you for your
Just-
assistance.
I was going to say, just for my curiosity, what is the helm horror saying to the other helm horror about all this, and how do they sound?
Actually,
No, but like if you were to translate it, what do they
see.
sound like?
Oh gosh, darn it, Janet.
Damn it, that's exactly what I was going to do. Jeremy, it's terribly awkward, isn't it? They don't know what they're doing. It's going to work. It is, isn't it,
How do you
Terrence?
do, I? So you've met my faithful handyman.
Handyman.
Well, let's head back to combat then, since these fools now have their weaponry.
Unbelievable. Don't even know which end of a spear you're supposed to poke people with.
They're not that chatty. Right, so are you heading back out? Are you heading back to where Corrie is, or are you heading for the ballista? Where do you want to go?
I want to assess where, if I were a dragon, I think I would attack from. Like, where do I think the dragon's breath weapon is going to be? Because that is where I want to not... I don't want to be stood where I think the dragon's breath weapon... I want to protect... I want to be stood somewhere where I think I'm going to be able to see the dragon attacking with breath weapons so I can protect it before that happens. There was a lot of words.
Yeah. Corrie was trying to literally coax the dragon in with splendid fineries.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to go stand somewhere near Corrie. Maybe create like a little dome over the top of all of us while that's happening. That sounds like a good idea.
In which case the dragon won't be able to get to the precious gems.
No. We can stand away.
Oh, I see.
Not next to the gems, but you don't want to be stood next to the gems when the dragon comes down.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Grand.
Like in the cover of the slightly ruined stadium and like just peek
For
out the door.
instance. Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are heading back to Corrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.